Hey, what's the deal, family? My name is Darius Beard, and I am the creator of the monthly cash flow analysis tool. I first want to say I am not a financial advisor. If you're looking for financial advice, please seek a financial advisor. But I did create this tool specifically for people to have more clarity into their finances and to have more insight into their monthly cash flow. For speed purposes, I have inputted the expenses and income so that we can go through this process a little bit faster. For those of you that have downloaded this tool, I appreciate you because I know how much value this will be able to bring to your life so that you can have a clear insight to your wealth building process and your monthly cash flow. For those of you that do not have this tool, please watch it in its entirety and download the tool once this video is finished so that you too can understand your monthly cash flow and figure out how you're going to start investing that excess cash flow into different investment and savings vehicles. Now, on the left hand side, we have expenses and income where you have item, dollar value, and insert one for credit card. I will talk about the insert one for credit card later, but the first things I want to focus is on the item name. I think that in order for you to have an accurate account of your expenses, you should look at your bank statement. Your bank statement will highlight how much money you're spending on things, and you should then take that same line item, put the name in here, and then also add that dollar value so that you can have some accuracy in your expenses, and do the same thing for income. Now, insert one for credit card, Apple Payment, Chase, and Bank of America, and so on and so forth. These are all credit cards. You want to put one next to anything that is a credit card payment so that we can then have some metrics around our credit card debt to show how much of our income is going to our credit card debt. Now, salary, this is not the only income I know you have. If you have additional income, please feel free to add it. I know some of us have vending machines, Airbnbs, and we have other sources of income. Feel free to add them to this cash flow analysis model so that you can have an accurate account of your monthly cash flow. I won't go through these instructions in too much detail because I want you to read them in entirety and be able to understand exactly what I'm saying verbatim. Now, on the right-hand side, we have references. These are a list of income and list of expenses references. If you do not see them on here or on the already pre-populated expenses and income charts, feel free to add your own. You are not limited to these expenses and income because it's based off of your personal lifestyle. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that our sum total of expenses are $4,400 approximately, and our sum total of income is $5,300 approximately. And we have essentially 5 credit cards. Our 5 credit cards total up to $1,291, which 24% here, credit card debt to income ratio, 24% of our income is being spent on credit card debt, which isn't bad. It needs improvement, but we really want to be below 20% to be in a really good standing. And then our expense to income ratio is 83%, which means that 83% of our income is spent on expenses. Now, it also needs improvement. It's not bad, but we really want to be below 70% because then we can allocate at least 30% into different investment and savings vehicles, right? Now, I want to give some insight to these expenses. These expenses should highlight what you're doing on a monthly basis, not just mortgages, not just gas, not just groceries. You want to highlight how you're spending your money. If you're spending your money on junk food at the grocery store, make sure you highlight that. If you're spending your money on clothes, if you're spending your money on date nights, dinners, make sure you highlight that because that will give you an accurate account of your monthly cash flow because the excess will then be invested into savings and investment vehicles. Now here you see our monthly cash flow based off of our revenue, which is $5,392, and our expenses are $4,450.39. We have approximately $941 in excess monthly cash flow, which is good. We have positive monthly cash flow. Let's say, for example, if this $5,300 salary was actually $4,000. and this is a hypothetical scenario, right? Now we have negative monthly cash flow. The first thing I would do was look at my expenses and figure out what are the things that are excessive that I do not need that can be eliminated, of course temporarily, until we have monthly cash flow and we produce more income, so that we can then maybe be able to get those expenses back or be able to invest more into our investment and savings vehicles. Now, if I just took a quick look, this is personal to me. Feel free to do what works best for you and your lifestyle. But for me, I would quickly eliminate entertainment, clothes, and date nights, because I have enough clothes. And if me and my girlfriend are in a tight spot, she'll understand that date night needs to be put on hold. And then entertainment. Entertainment may be hanging out with you and your homeboys. It may be going out to the movies. It may be drinking. It may be doing all excessive things that you do not currently need right now, because we currently do not have a positive monthly cash flow. Now I delete that. I now have, when I mean delete them, I mean not just deleting them from our expense chart. I'm talking about changing our lifestyle so that now we can have more money to actually allocate to investing, which will then provide more income for us in our future selves. We always want to plan for the future, right? So our monthly cash flow now is $349.61, which is which is great, because we're still positive monthly cash flow, and then we can work towards generating more income to then increase that monthly cash flow. Now I'm going to go back to what it was before, because I want to use this scenario to highlight distributing this $941 across different investment and savings vehicles. So this $941, I'll click on the next tab, which is our cash flow distribution savings projections, which then this is also pre-populated with already pre-populated annual interest rates over here. These interest rates change based off of historical data, based off your investment vehicle, based off your savings vehicle. It's arbitrary numbers that you want to make sure is accurate when you're doing your projections, because it's going to be based off of true data. If you go in here and try to add a 30% annual interest rate on a 401k, more than likely the chances of that happening probably are slim to none, which means that your projections will be off. So you always want to make sure that you're being conservative and being accurate in these assumptions, because again, I am not a financial advisor, but this model is based off financial instruments that you can invest in the market today. Now, savings and investment vehicles, these are arbitrary things that I've already put into here, but these can change based off of your strategy. Now, savings account, 401k, certificate of deposit, vacation, college fund, stocks, and real estate down payment. Some of these are savings, and then some of these are investment vehicles. Here you have a college fund at a 7% interest rate. You have stocks that are roughly on average 10%, and then a 401k is also 10%. Now here is the percentage allocated. This is also an arbitrary number that changes based off of our strategy. So if I want to invest more into my 401k, I can say I want to invest 30% of my monthly cash flow into my 401k, because I know that on average it's going to provide me at least 10% of interest, right? And year over year, you can see how that dollars allocated number changed, and year over year I'm allocating $282 over month, and after the first year this is my dollar value, and after the 30th year this is my dollar value. Now, you cannot over allocate your monthly cash flow. You can only allocate 100% of your monthly cash flow. You cannot over allocate, so that anything over 100% will show up red here. As you can see, it shows 110% of your monthly cash flow is allocated, which means that you don't have 110%. So you need to be able to reduce that. I'm going to reduce our vacation to, instead of it being 20%, it will be 10%. And you can see percentage allocated now turns green, and you can see that dollar value actually changed, and you can see it's a savings account, so it's not incurring any interest because it's 0.001. It's almost zero. You cannot make this number zero, but we're going to make it as small as possible so that we incur as little interest as possible. Now, Feel free to add any savings and investment vehicles that fit your investment strategy, and then see how that will play out month over month. If you invest $100, if you invest $20, if you invest $500. Remember, in order to change your dollars allocated, you need to change its percentage allocated. If I want to allocate 30% to my stocks, I need to change that to 30%, and then I'll also remove my college fund to 0%. As you can see, if I'm allocating $0 to my college fund, then we don't have any money being allocated month over month. As you can see, our stocks, we're allocating 30% of our monthly cash flow, and you can see how it's performing year over year at a 10% interest rate. The whole goal of this tool is for you to have clear insight to your monthly cash flow, and then be able to distribute it strategically into different investment and savings vehicles, so that you can then plan strategically for your future. This is all legacy building. This is all wealth building. We need to know how we're allocating our money strategically, so that we can build wealth for our families and ourselves. Now, family, download this tool, start today, develop a plan, communicate with your family, and tell them this is the plan for our family, this is the strategy, and this is what we're going to do moving forward, so that everybody can be on the same page, and you can use this tool to communicate that. I hope this brings value to you and your family. Feel free to reach out to me and provide me any context of how this has helped you, or any feedback on how I can make this tool better. Thank you for tuning into our training. Peace and love, family. Peace.